Characteristics of culture. Sociology. All organizations have a culture because they are embedded in specific societal cultures and are part of them. Some values create a dominant culture. In organizations that help guide employees' day-to-day behavior, there is also evidence that these dominant cultures can positively impact desirable outcomes, such as successfully conducting mergers and acquisitions, supporting product innovation processes, and helping firms cope with rapid economic and technological change. To be successful in a particular culture, a marketer must understand the culture's characteristics. The characteristics may be named. Culture is a learned behavior. Not all behavior is learned, but most of it is learned. Combing one's hair, standing in line, telling jokes, criticizing the president, and going to the movie all constitute behaviors that had to be learned. Sometimes the terms conscious learning and unconscious learning are used to distinguish the learning. Some behavior is obvious. People can be seen going to football games, eating with forks, or driving automobiles. Such behavior is called overt behavior. Other behavior is less visible. Culture is learned rather than programmed genetically. As an individual grows in a particular environment, he learns about different aspects of culture through interacting with other society members. One learns cultural values, norms, beliefs, etc. formally, informally, or technically. Formal learning occurs when senior members teach different cultural aspects to juniors. Informal learning occurs as a result of the child's imitation of behaviors of others, such as elder brothers, sisters, parents, or heroes and heroines, as well as celebrities. Technical learning occurs as a result. These three types of learning affect our consumption behaviors, which marketers should take into active consideration in their planning and should try to reinforce them. Culture is abstract. Culture exists in the minds or habits of the members of society. Culture is the shared ways of doing and thinking. There are degrees of visibility of cultural behavior, ranging from persons' regularized activities to their internal reasons for so doing. In other words, we cannot see culture as such. We can only see human behavior. This behavior occurs in a regular pattern fashion and is called culture. Culture also includes material objects. Man's behavior results in creating objects. Men were behaving when they made these things. Making these objects required numerous and various skills, which human beings gradually built up through the ages. Man has invented something else, and so on. Occasionally, one sees that man does not really make steel or a battleship. All these things first existed in a state of nature. The man merely modified their form and changed them from the state in which they were to the state in which he now uses them. The chair was first a tree which man surely did not make, but the chair is more than trees, and the jet airplane is more than iron ore, and so forth. Culture includes attitudes, values, and knowledge. There is a widespread error in the thinking of many people who tend to regard the ideas, attitudes, and notions they have as their own. It is easy to overestimate the uniqueness of one's attitudes and ideas. When there is an agreement with other people, it is largely unnoticed, but when there is a disagreement or difference, one is usually conscious of it. Your differences, however, may also be cultural. For example, suppose you are a Muslim and the other person is a Christian. The members of society share a culture. The patterns of learned behavior and behavior results are possessed not by one or a few people, but usually by a large proportion. Thus, many millions share such behavior patterns as automobiles or the English language. Persons may share some part of a culture unequally. Sometimes people share different aspects of culture. Culture is superorganic. Culture is sometimes called superorganic. It implies that culture is somehow superior to nature. The word superorganic is useful when it implies what may be quite a different phenomenon from a cultural point of view. For example, A tree means different things to the botanist who studies it. The older woman who uses it for shade in the late summer afternoon, the farmer who picks its fruit, the motorist who collides with it, and the young lovers who carve their initials in its trunk. The same physical objects and physical characteristics, in other words, may constitute a variety of quite different cultural objects and cultural characteristics. Culture is idealistic. Culture embodies the ideals and norms of a group. It is the sum total of a group's ideal patterns and norms of behavior. Culture consists of the intellectual, artistic, and social ideals and institutions that the members of society profess and strive to confirm. Language is the chief vehicle of culture. Man lives not only in the present but also in the past and future. He can do this because he possesses a language that transmits what was learned in the past and enables him to transmit the accumulated wisdom to the next generation. A specialized language pattern serves as a common bond to the members of a particular group or subculture. Although culture is transmitted in various ways, language is one of the most important vehicles for perpetuating cultural patterns. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.